Far below the surface of the ocean, there is a place where sunlight has never touched. A place where pressure can crush steel and silence stretches for miles. Down here, nothing looks familiar. Eyes grow too large, teeth grow too sharp, bodies twist into shapes that feel wrong. At first glance, these creatures look like mistakes, like nightmares dragged into reality. But they aren't accidents, they are solutions. And the deeper we descend, the stranger those solutions become. At around 200 meters, the ocean begins to steal the light. Colors fade first, reds disappear, then yellows, until everything becomes a cold, endless blue. For most animals on Earth, vision depends on sunlight, but here, sunlight is a memory evolution had to let go of. Some deep-sea fish respond by growing enormous eyes, like living telescopes, desperate to capture the faintest trace of glow. Others abandon sight almost entirely. Instead, they turn their bodies into sensors. They feel vibrations. They taste chemicals drifting through the water. They hear movement from far away. And some take a darker path. They create their own light. Tiny living bulbs called bioluminescence flicker in the darkness, used as lures, signals, or warnings, a soft glow that says, "Come closer," or "Stay away." But scientists still don't know why certain species glow in patterns no other creature seems to recognize. If no one is meant to see the signal, who is it really for? As we sink deeper, the weight of the ocean begins to crush everything. At 1,000 meters, pressure is more than 100 times stronger than at the surface. Every square inch of life is being squeezed constantly. Bones become a liability. So many deep-sea fish soften. Their bodies turn gelatinous. Their muscles loosen. Their skeletons thin. To surface eyes, they look unfinished, melting, fragile. But in the deep, softness is survival. Rigid bodies would shatter under this pressure. Flexible ones bend and endure. Even their cells are different, built with proteins that don't collapse when squeezed by the ocean's weight. Yet this raises a disturbing question. If pressure shapes life this completely, what would happen to these creatures if they ever rose to the surface? The answer is something scientists rarely show on camera. They don't survive the journey.
Food is scarce in the deep ocean. Nothing grows here. No plants, no reefs. Just fragments drifting down from far above. Dead plankton, sinking debris, the occasional unlucky body. So deep-sea fish adapt in one brutal way. They eat anything, whenever they can. Some develop massive jaws and expandable stomachs, allowing them to swallow prey larger than themselves. Others grow needle-like teeth that curve inward, designed not to kill quickly, but to make escape impossible. Energy conservation becomes an art form. These fish move slowly. They wait. They ambush. Weeks, sometimes months, can pass between meals, and scientists still don't understand how some species survive such long periods of starvation without their organs shutting down. What kind of biology allows life to pause and then restart?
In a world this vast and empty, finding another of your own kind is nearly impossible. So evolution takes a disturbing turn. In some deep-sea fish species, the male is tiny, barely more than a set of organs. When he finds a female, he bites her and never lets go. Their bodies fuse. His organs merge into hers. He loses his eyes, his fins, his independence. He becomes a living extension of her body. To us, it feels grotesque, unnatural,
But in the deep sea, it guarantees survival in a world where meeting once might be the only chance. Yet scientists still debate how these creatures even recognize each other in total darkness. What signal tells them this is the one? By the time we reach the deepest zones of the ocean, Earth feels less like home. The fish here don't look like animals we recognize. They look like ideas shaped by darkness, pressure, and time. And the truth is, we've barely seen them. More than 80% of the deep ocean remains unexplored. Every expedition discovers forms of life no one expected, some that don't seem possible at all. These creatures aren't nightmares. They are reminders that life doesn't care about comfort or beauty or what feels familiar to us. It adapts, it endures, and it thrives, even in places that feel completely alien. The deeper we look, the clearer one truth becomes. The strangest world on Earth is still right beneath our feet.